on to the second hour of the Wind Down Show, and this is the open mic hour, which is actually my favorite part of this show, where we just get to chill, as Emmanuel like to say, tumewasha moto chini ya mti, and then we are just seated there making stories. Tunabangaiza, tunapiga mariba.
You guys, hapo kwa jiwe bro.
And unlike the stories you always see on the internet, here we like to be vulnerable, we like to be real. There's a lot of personal stories, and we say the things that we know your favorite personalities will never say, because they always want to be looked at a particular way.
You guys, those ones who are chilling hapo mada kwa jiwe tukipiga story time kai hii, alafu mazee watch fulani akatokea, but alikuwa amevaa kabuti ya blue na kiberet. So tukafikiria ni karao you guys. You guys tulitoka mbio nyingine ya sakafuni. Alafu saa mse when there's a guy running behind you, unafikiria ni karao. Nashangaa jamaa give up you guys.
Kumbe mnakimbizana tu nyewe wenyewe kwa wenyewe.
Life in
the guilty are always afraid.
Unataka kwenda jail?
Let me tell you.
Acha tu nikuwe afraid.
Let me tell you, Emmanuel, kama ungekuwa na anything to be afraid of, maze ungekuwa mna.
You guys are just nabbing guys for nothing, you guys, maze. You guys, heri nikimbie na niende home, nilale home kuliko kushikwa.
But welcome to the open mic hour. Remember, this open mic hour is first of all streaming on X, and also it's gonna be streaming. This particular hour is streaming on YouTube. It's going live on YouTube right now.
Yes.
So if you're listening na umefika home and you just want to watch this particular conversation, just put on your TV, go to Radio Generation Kenya, you'll find the live on YouTube going.
And I think while you're there on YouTube, just subscribe, so that you subscribe and hit the notification bell, so that all the time, you know, sometimes you can be busy during the day, then you forget, and then YouTube just notifies you and tells you, hey, these guys are live, and then you jump in. So subscribe.
Oh yeah, brother. Radio Generation wako live. Unadai kuingia?
Alafu
na technology
yote you guys, manze.
Shout out to technology, maze. And tonight, by the way, this is a topic, and I think I'm the one who brought this up. So I had written an introduction up, and nilikuwa nataka kuisoma. So tonight we're diving into a conversation that stirs up pride, jealousy, and a whole lot of opinions. The idea of giving your child a head start in life, whether it's enrolling them in elite schools, opening doors through connections, or setting them up with a trust fund. Is it smart parenting or just privilege in disguise? And of course, we can't talk about this without bringing up the hot topic of Nepo babies. The famous faces we see, they are born into fame, wealth, and opportunity. They are living your dream. Pale Instagram, you guys wanapiga mazee sherehe, wana travel. We see them a lot. Like, is the real flex in life being the parent who can open the doors, or the kid who open the doors for themselves? Let's talk about this. Is giving your child a head start in life unfair, or exactly what every parent should aim for? Emmanuel.
You guys, we're talking about the importance of giving your child a head start. Thank you, Bashir, for that amazing intro.
Yeah.
I think haukulala jana ukipenda
maze you guys nilikuwa naiandika maze, alafu unajua
this show is bringing out your inner Martin Luther King.
Your dad is proud of me.
Check, you have a dream that all children are going to be equal in society. All of them are going to be riding in Mercedes Benzes and enjoying life. I have a dream. My Bashir Halaiki.
I had a dream about this particular thing. And if I just to tie this back to the reason I decided to bring this topic, you know, I'm a big fan of football. Okay. I'm a big fan of football. I tried playing it myself, but sadly my parent did not give me a head start. So to be honest, I'm Nico down, but I do play once in a while for the fitness of it all.
Okay.
And there's a particular famous picture of Kylian Mbappe, who's I think right now in Real Madrid, when he was a young buck, akiwa mdogo. And this picture is taking a picture with Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, okay.
It's a very famous picture.
So he was a kid at that time?
He was a kid at that time.
Okay.
And he's taking a picture with Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo was a star back then. And he revealed that this picture was actually taken by Zinedine Zidane.
All right.
So that means Mbappe at that age was hanging out with Cristiano Ronaldo and Zinedine Zidane.
You guys, it's funny you bring that up, eh?
Yeah.
I feel, just to open the floor, and I'm sure you are going somewhere with that line of thought.
Sure.
The story you've shared reminds me of a guy called Nelson Check. I hope he's listening. If you're listening, Nelson, let's say shout out. So Nelson Check and I were in the swimming team, tukiwa primary, pale Westlands Primary.
Yeah.
So me, I was really good at swimo. Nelson was also good, not super good at the time. He was actually in a lower class than I was, but I was as good as him. I remember we used to swim during swimming gala. Maze, I win, him he wins. So fast forward, I used to notice that every day at lunchtime, his mom used to come. Not even lunchtime and also after school, either or. So his mom used to drive a Volkswagen Beetle. So they'd come, as sisi tunangoja gari turudi nyumbani. So her and Nelson would go back to the swimming pool, you guys.
Oh, she take the kid back to the swimming pool.
Back to the pool. Maze Nelson anarudi maze kwa maji for I think an hour extra after school. So now fast forward, maze nimeenda high school, nimeingia pale Kaparak. Maze I'm enjoying maze the good life.
Napiga mbizi.
Alafu pia niko swimming team. So swimming team we'd go for nationals. You know, shule za Rift Valley hazikuwa na maswimo.
Hakuna.
So we used to wipe the floor with all those schools.
I think you guys mulipatana na Cabernet boys.
Maze. In fact, the guys used to try were you guys
Sacha tulijaribu.
Maze, another school owned by the same guy. So we'd figure nationals is where now the rubber would meet the road, because now you meet now
fish,
cream de la cream.
Unapatana na masamaki.
Guess who the kina the samaki were? Nelson check, you guys.
Come on.
Maze unaingia kwa, now I was not anywhere near that. You guys, hata sikuwa in the rear view mirror. That guy would ingia the water Michael Phelps style. Maze, by the time anarudi hivi wendi unaanza kwenda hivi chini.
Mnagoteana kikuoverlap.
Maze. So this guy became so good that he even said now swimming for the national team. Not the national team, as in the national team for international events.
Oh, okay, like competing now for
Africa.
Kenya.
They go for South Africa, which countries. But now, if you think about it, because we're talking about giving your children a head start, I feel like one of the things you should do is be intentional. This parent was intentional about what she was aiming at with her kids. My mom used to come for swimming gala, but she'd just be like, good boy, good my son. But I feel like maybe she wasn't her mind, and she was a brilliant woman, I'm not speaking down on her. I don't think her mindset had reached that level for if I maybe sacrifice an hour a day jioni after school, historia swimo inaweza tupeleka maju. But she just come to Bingala na furahi nimeshinda but this other lady was very intentional about developing the gift of her son. And I think, I don't know if the parents in my age group now are doing the same thing, but intentional means it's gonna take your time. You won't be going to hang out with the boys. Itabidi uende kwa swimo, ukae hapo na Nelson mazi
and make sure
an extra
swim.
hour, and then drive him back home daily. You guys, that thing will get boring. After a while, you'll be like, why am I doing this stuff? Nani ananilipia hii kitu?
Especially if it's a long-term endeavor. You know, like Nelson didn't get good in 1 week or 1 month. Exactly.
So you have to do that year in, year out. And then number 2, it means you have to spend your money. You have to fuel your car, because those guys start tulikuwa narukia school bus tunaenda home. With the Volkswagen Beetle, check maze unampeleka training, unampeleka events. You have to pay for extra coaching lessons with you know, these other guys who, you know, like a real coach. I think there's a club called the Otters Club. I don't know if they're still there.
Otters ni hizo masamaki.
Maze kuna club ya wase. Otters Club. You guys wish maze ningege. You guys missing kwa hapa hivi. Mimi ningekuwa coach fulani hapo Olympic committee. Checky, welcome to the Olympic committee. My name is Emmanuel. In an alternate universe, I'm a radio host, but now I am the chief of the Otters committee worldwide, and I'm not anywhere near Bashir Halaiki because he's not on my level, because my mom was intentional about my career. Unasikia? So just to open, I feel like now that we want to have our kids ahead, and now that we have the knowledge, Mazu, we have to be intentional about it. You guys,
let me tell you, even if my parent was intentional, me, I think I'm the worst swimmer. See, I've told you this story. I've drowned 3 times in my life. I don't think does drowning mean like nearly like I didn't pass out, but like I've been in the pool in situations where I don't know what to do.
No, but maybe that wasn't your area.
It wasn't at all. Like I'm just putting that out there. That hauhitaji alternate universe, even in this universe anyway kuswim kidogo.
Swimo is not your area.
I am, I think, aquatically challenged.
You guys, you're the typical black person. Black person kuna stereotype yetu ati kuswim. Tunaingia kwa maji, tuna splash. Kuna style fulani uko acha inaitwa river style. You know river style?
You get nikwambia mimi sijui kuswim kwa swimming pool, but ukinipeleka kwa river you guys am harsh. You guys swimming against the current.
You swim and shower at the same time.
You guys kuna nini inaitwanga sijui. You guys hiyo kupiga
inafanya
but again, that style is not sustainable. So to what you're saying, actually, I think so. It was a tweet. So someone tweeted and it was revealed that, you know, Kylian revealed that it was indeed Zinedine Zidane who took this picture of him and Cristiano Ronaldo.
So meaning his parents took him to school, or he was just recruited by?
No, I think at that time he had joined the academy. But also, so someone quoted this tweet and said, one of the things, stroke patterns, you notice is that great people don't become great out of nowhere. As kids, they were put in places where they could see the things, stroke people, they could be in the future.
Ish.
So I saw this and I was like, this is very deep, because right now Kylian Mbappe is one of the best footballers right now.
No, if you read about most of these mega stars, their parents were quite intentional about putting him in the right spaces for what they needed them to do. Have you read about this guy, the Money Mayweather? And I told you, what's his first name?
Mayweather.
Yeah, Mayweather.
Yeah.
That's his first name.
What do you want me to say?
Why are you ducking that question like Mayweather? You guys would duck up below.
Hey.
So this guy,
Floyd Money Mayweather.
Yes, thanks for that. So Floyd, if you read about when he was a baby, his dad used to go with him to the place where
his dad was a boxer.
Yes,
right?
so he did go with him to a punching bag. So the kid as a baby would be like over there hitting the punching bag. Then he just grew up in that environment, and that's why he's so, you know, he's one of the fastest guys I see on his feet. The way he ducks punches and stuff. But now that started from the time when he was a baby. Tiger Woods, same thing. The dad would spend hours with him, you know. In fact, when he was a baby, he'd be teaching him he'd be watching the dad swinging. Swinging until he reached a point where even him was given his own golf club. Then he swings. So I think we are saying the same thing. If you have a toy, like me my toy nikipata mtoi. In fact, number one, nispopenya financially vizuri, which I think tapenya.
Yeah, for sure tapenya.
But as an additional biashara, you guys. When I get a toy, you guys, I'll observe their gift ni gani, you guys. Yeah. Kama ni swimo, kama ni piano, kama ni kuimba, trumpet. And you guys really be waking that toy up at 5, you guys. Check it out, wake up, time for training.
You know, a weird thing that has been going on the internet. I think it's been a running joke. So whenever a football dad gets a child, the first thing they do is they put a ball, and then they hold the toy to see if they'll kick it. So they call it Project Mbappe.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So in football, being left-footed is very revered, because if you can score with the left foot, it's because most players are right-footed. So there's a guy who was holding the kid, and then the kid kicked the ball with the left foot. This guy was celebrating as if they all hata wanawavalisha boots. Like people are like, it's a project.
But what if you're too then want to play soccer, you guys?
I don't know, Maze. So it depends now with your interest, because sometimes we project our interest into our kids.
Hiyo story yangu ya ku make money from matoi ni ukweli, but we shouldn't do that.
So wewe ufanye but watu wengine wasifanye.
No, I'm not to disclaimer huko nje, because sometimes maybe we can force them to do things they don't want. It has to be part of their dream. And then even as we are being intentional about developing because we are talking about giving them head start.
Yeah, sure.
Even if we are being intentional about developing their gifts, then them kuliying their gifts in future, we shouldn't make it toxic. So that when guys read the history of this person, this great person, they don't read your part of it as a toxic part. Ushaisoma hiyo book ya Michael Jackson, you guys, how Joe Jackson was deemed toxic. You guys, this guy used to fix those guys, you guys.
All 5 of them.
Yeah, bana, you guys. Mazi, that guy was running a sweat camp. You guys, mazi, wanamsho, wanapiga, like they lost their childhood. So, in fact, many guys say that made Michael Jackson an awkward guy as an adult. You remember, alikuwa na kitrain hapo kwake, allegedly. Alafu ana hang out na watoi. Like, what's wrong with you, man? What are you doing with kids?
Because he missed his own childhood.
Jackie, hello. Hi, Bashir. I just want to talk to your son, Jeremy. Is he there? No, this is Michael. Jamo. Jackie, Michael, unatafuta nini mtoto wangu wewe? Chicken, I just want to hang out with him. When I was a child, I didn't get friends to hang out with. So as we are training the kids, let's not to give them a head start still. We can't make it a very
so you can't
toxic,
sacrifice their childhood for that particular dream. There has to be a balance.
Yeah. So this kid also enjoys their childhood, man.
I think one of the things you can do is, first of all, don't imply like because you are a failed swimmer ama you are a failed footballer.
Umesema failed swimmer.
Hiyo ndio imekuja tu. Mimi sasa nitaangalia nani mwingine. Si wewe ndio uko kwa studio.
You are a failed swimmer.
Kuangalia hivyo. I'm literally ni wewe peke yako niko na wewe hapa kwa studio. Nataka niangalie nani wasikilizaji.
Tuangalie kamera hiyo.
Sasa niangalie George Raphael. You are a failed swimmer. Sasa kama mimi I'm a failed footballer.
Okay.
So my dreams I try to impose them on my kid. So mtoto wangu vile umesema, like how do you know that kid will like football? I think the one thing you can do first of all is give your child an opportunity to experiment with all manner of things.
Okay.
Enroll them to these classes because you don't know ni gani atapenda, si ndio? Because as much as I feel like talent goes a long way, but obsession and passion is what itakuni. Like you can be talented in something, but if you don't love it, so you need to develop that passion in your kid, and passion comes from interest. So first of all, I feel like if you have the financial wherewithal, nimetumia vizuri, nilitoka nayo mtaani. Asante sana.
Thank you. Karen na wanapiga mayowe
sasa.
Cheke, umesema venye kijana wetu amesema wewe tole.
I think madangu anabebwa saa hizi huko kwa village you guys, ana celebrate, anapiga knee slide. Cheke.
No, you're right.
If you have the financial capability, just give them a chance. Let me give you a story. So me, I went to first of all I went to Union Nursery.
Oh, okay.
So that is a public school. Watu elimu najua. Union Nursery, I went to Union Primary.
Isa bro.
What do you mean? Union was polite, you guys.
Oh, okay, sawa.
Kama unge ignore all the bad things. Kulikuwa na a few good things kwa Union. So nikaenda Union Primary. I went to Our Lady of Assumption in class 7, which was like a Catholic primary school. Then I went to Sacho and Nini. So I was in uni. So my sister got blessed with a very rich husband.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so they got 2 kids, and these kids have went to international school their entire life.
Okay.
So they were very well spoken. And I'm not saying that their English was good. The understanding of their language and articulation was very different. So I got to stay with my sister, I think, when I was in campus, probably first year, second year. I was living with them, hang out with the kids, Junior and Anissa. And we used to have conversations where me as a university person doing engineering, I could not keep up. I'm not talking about that their English was deep. Wako natumia wherewithal, but just their comprehension of the world was very different. Walikuwa wamenipiga 10-0. I'd sit on with Anissa. Anissa is very brilliant. I think she's in Philippines right now. She used to tell me things that I don't have answers to. Because me, I was book smart in the way that I have very good recall. I have very good memory. If you give me something to read right now, nitaikumbuka forever and ever. But yeah, she had a very unique understanding of life and the way it works. Okay. And I think that's something me tulienda 844 I really lacked. Kwa hiyo shule yao international walikuwa nafanya sijui karate, walikuwa like they had a lot of opportunities to exploit very many different things.
So you feel like one of the ways to get your child ahead in life ni kumtoa 844?
I think 844 is outdated. First of all, hata hakuna 844 sasa hivi.
Yeah, but I'm joking.
I'm kidding. Like my experience with them, like the difference between me and them was night and day, and the difference was just the education system.
It's definitely different, a kid from 844 and a kid from this IGCC.
Yeah.
Because at least that's what we used to call it those days. I don't know if it's still the same thing.
Yeah.
The confidence levels are different. 844 we were being drilled. At least during my day, it was a drilling thing. I think CBC is trying to get rid of that.
Yeah.
I don't know how effective it is right now, but in my heyday it was a drilling session. So the teacher tells you a thing and then you accept that thing as the gospel truth, and then you answer hizo vitu umeambiwa hapo kwa exam ikikuja. So having your own independent thoughts and going beyond what the teacher says, questioning like asking, like ukiuliza mwalimu swali, it was like a license kuvunjwa.
It was a risky affair.
You guy, we had a teacher called Mr. Wanyama, shout out to you if you're listening, Zonade, he said that carrots have seeds. No, alisema carrots don't have seeds. Check it, carrots do not have seeds. Alafu boy wangu fulani anaitwa Okari akasema you are lying. I think he meant to whisper that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, alisema na nguvu you guys.
Umesema sinimkisi ni Okari ama?
You guys, Mr. Wanyama alimwambia I am going to show you why my name is Mr. Wanyama. You guys alianza kumvunja na mangumi.
For real?
Yeah,
equal left and right.
Primo, you guys.
We acha waze.
For real?
Mr. Wanyama acha unyama.
So I'm like, hey, so us guys are looking shocked. Because Okari was index, I think he was index 2. So we used to sit according to the indexes.
Yeah.
So maze si hapo nyuma maze. Tunatanga, what is happening hapo mbele? Yeah. But now, if you think about what that did to that boy, it's one of the things it did, apart from ye kusikia uchungu sana mno, is he realized questioning an adult is an error. Yeah. Like anytime an adult says something, that is the gospel truth. Adults are always right. And then now him, when he becomes an adult, if anybody questions him, hata yeye anaonesha mtu unyama. And I was reading about I was actually watching some aeronautics guy. Yeah. I was watching this aircraft crash investigations. So there was this plane, I don't remember which airline it was, but there was an older Asian captain. Yeah. All right? Then a younger, I don't know if it was also, I don't know if they were both Asian, but a younger first officer.
Miscellaneously rest person.
Yes, that guy. Yeah. So these guys are flying. There was an obvious error. Yeah. But because in that structure that they used to have those days, the younger guy couldn't tell the older guy anything. All right. So you first officer ameona kuna shida. But for even the way the captain, the way he used to carry himself, mazee ukibring that stuff up, mazee uko kwa shida sana mno. So ilibidi mazee waingie the sweet by guy. Check it in the sweet by and by. Check it, uliingiaje hapa hivi? Check it, captain alikuwa na make error lakini hawezi muambia kitu. Because unajua anaweza kufunza you guy anytime. So that's how we've been brought up. Yeah. And maybe to give our kids a head start, and I know there are reasons for that, our militant upbringing, our parents, that's the style they were using. But if we can encourage kids to think, to ask questions, to be curious about our surroundings, about some of the things that we are going through in life. It's not rudeness. Yeah. It is just curiosity. And I don't think being curious is rude.
I think by the way it's true. Like when I was interacting with them, like una venye nilikuwa nimezoea like unasema kitu and then it's just no one questions you. So you'll say something and it's factual, but they want to know why. Like why, like the reason behind that. Okay, you are not lying. This is a fact. But why does this happen?
See, like, why is because nimekwambia. Check it, because I've told you na ukiuliza swali lingine nitakuchapa kofi wewe kijana. Go and close the window of your bedroom. If you annoy an African person, he send you back to your room. But I was thinking about this, and I'm sure you'll bring another angle. I feel like to give your kid a head start also, you have to train them how to behave in a group. And by that I mean just basic etiquette. Yeah. Things like saying thank you.
Being courteous.
Yeah, being courteous. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Please.
Maybe if it's not sir, yes, mad. Like a way where you're showing respect. Yeah. So, please, thank you. The basics, yes, no, looking at you in the eye when they're shaking your hand, a firm handshake, those, not those limp. Salamia mtu alafu
anakusalimia na this part of the hand.
What is wrong with your fingers, manzejo?
Anakupea mazee a quarter of the knee.
Yeah. I tell you why, because if we show a kid, because most of the time, like when I was thinking about this thing when you brought it up, I was thinking giving your kid a head start. Like, what is that head start? Is it a financial head start? Yeah. So I was thinking if I give my kid a financial head start, it's a good thing. Yeah. They'll have money, yes, they'll have inheritance, they'll be set up. But now you've set up someone, but they are rude. They don't know how to say please. They don't know how to say thank you. If they have a superior in the office, you know, they don't know how to interact with that individual. You know what I'm saying? They'll start dancing with the boss during the end of year party. Check it out, twende chini mdosi. Check it, aya.
Na huko nalipanga rent ngapi?
Exactly. You get those questions. You go in someone's house, you're like, upper rent inakuanga range how much? So if you can teach a kid basic etiquette when they're being raised, you'll give them a mega head start, because good behavior gives you access. Like there are some spaces you'll never be in unless you behave a certain type of way. A good example is I used to have a dog. Initially ilikuwa inaitwa Jeremy. Kidi had to change the name because bro wangu alipata mtoi alafu akamuita Jeremy.
What's up with that toy?
So nika change na dog ikakuwa Dogmatics. So I had 2 dogs, Dogmatics and another dog called Lulu. Maze Dogmatics was like a small toddler. So maze ikiingia kwa nyumba maze iruki kiti inakaa hapo chini. Alafu I defecate in the digs. Ikitaka kukojoa maze inaenda kwa mlango inafanya
so unajua ni signal.
Open the door, check it. All right, Dogmatics, go and take a lick and then make sure you come back, okay, Doug? But the other dog could not do such things. So I used to keep it outside. So access is according to your behavior. So if I know Bashir akilewa anaanza kuongea nonsense, you get there some places I'll never go with you guy. You guys kuna best yangu fulani mazee nimeenda naye kwa kejadem fulani tokea udema alikuwa feminist yake yote. Shout out to my feminists out there.
Shout out to wind down feminists.
Wind down femmes. So mazee nimeingia na boy wangu. I'd never hung out with him in a public space. Alright? So nimemuita. I think you were there also. So when nilikuwa nimegeni nikasema Bashir acha nipe access.
I think nilikuwa Dogmatics.
Ako na heshima. So mazee nimeingia na boy mwingine. Mazee so huyo fem. So wind down fem. Mazee akatuwekea ma drinks hapo hivyo. Those days nilikuwa na partake. So mazee boy wetu amechapa drinks akalewa. So this chick had her friend in the house. Mazee this guy akaenda akashika rear end ya best
you guys. I think I was there. I was now on the other side. I didn't see the proceedings, but I could see your reaction.
Sorry for using this word, mazee. Shika da tanye. I'm just saying it because of the gravity of it all. So as guys are shocked, you're like, where?
I could not believe.
Why are you shaking someone's butt? What's wrong with you, man? See? So this guy was ill-mannered. So he abused access. Because I took him to a very personal, sensitive space. Space yenye uleti mtu wote. Nikawe kuni invite kwenye home. This is a way I'm supposed to behave. So I realized this guy cannot operate in any space that I am. Like siezi muita hata kwa radio station. Siezi muita. Because his training seems to have been off. So I just said that to make my point of, if you train your child to behave a certain type of way, to be respectful, some of these old-fashioned things which we used to be trained as kids. Because nowadays I see kids, I'm like, yo man, who's this to his parent? And I'm like, budako ako wapi manzejo. So if you train them in that, they'll be able to access spaces where no matter how hard you work, you guy maze uwezi ingia hiyo space cause tu uko na kasoro kwa character yako.
And I'm sure when that happened, because when you talk about networks and circles, it's a referral system, and the person who referred you is risking their neck.
Man,
so when that guy abused access, ilikuchomea pia
Baya.
Because by extension I'm sure the lady was like, Emmanuel, au ni kina nani
the blame goes squarely on you guy, man. So you're like, are these the people you hang out with? Check him in all honestly, if you look at Dogmatics and its behavior, it was very well disciplined, but huyu ni mtu wa msituni
kama ameingiwa na mashetani.
So you guys, to give these guys of ours a head start. Okay, let's train them. Please and thank you. It's quite it's underrated how important that saying please and saying thank you when someone does something for you. Someone opens the car door for you. Like, hey, thank you. Someone hooks you up with a deal. Even in traffic, when someone gives you, unajua the way someone gives you way, like unataka kuingia pahali alafu mtu anasimamisha gari yake alafu wewe unaingia. There are guys who don't wave and say thanks. Wanaingia tu.
Hata mimi mazeju, mimi bado sijabarikiwa na gari ya pedestrian. So sometimes first of all I have the right of way kwa sababu niko kwa zebra crossing. But you guy kuna msee ako hell bent anafinya, niko like bro siwache tu nipite. And then anafinya gari ndo ende akae kwa jam. Okay. You're not gaining anything. Wacha tu ni cross.
Wanadhara ringi pedestrian.
Yes, you guy, let me tell you. Hakuna watu wanapitia Nairobi kama wewe ni pedestrian you guy. You guy, you're like a second class citizen.
Especially on Mombasa.
And especially if you're over 35.
What's up with Mombasa? What's up with Mombasa road na pedestrians? There's no allocation for pedestrians.
You have to walk 2 kilometers.
Mungala movie kaona scary story. Leteni
ya what's cutting with pedestrians.
You guys hakuna bridge za pedestrian?
You guys think as a pedestrian you're just supposed to die. Okay, no one cares about you. Yani literally no one is thinking about you when they're developing the town. No one cares about you. But we digress, Emmanuel. Since we are naming things that we feel things we can do to get our child ahead. I was seeing this particular story and I don't remember if it was Mantok or anything, but I think the person said something to the tune.
Mantok nile show ya madem?
Yeah, wanakwanga wawili. So basically,
Cheki, welcome to Mantok, a show for women.
I think woman talk ilikuwa imechukuliwa.
Cheki, I love Mantok so much. You guys wrong. But I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mantok.
So I think one of them was saying that one of the things they're grateful for their parents is giving them an opportunity to fail. An opportunity to fail. I think that dug deep into me because I was like, all my life, and I told you this, mi nimekuwa na risasi moja peke yake. Like I only had one bullet.
Which was what?
Which was education. Mi nilikuwa najua. That's why growing up I never bothered with sports ama nini. Me, I knew my way out of the block was education.
What had you been told ama it was
nile tu unaangalia tu around uko like there's nothing going on, we don't have a family business, my parents are not rich like that, there's nothing I'll inherit. So niko like okay, I'm good at this and this is the one thing itanitoa. Sindio? And obviously growing up, and I'm grateful that at a certain point in my life I started doing comedy and started interacting with people, because I can imagine if I lived my life just buried in books. There's a lot of social skills, hizo vitu zonaongelea, a lot of life skills zenye zingenipita because I was just fixated on education. So you find these children of rich people, they have like unlimited chances to fail. They'll fail first of all in all those things they're being enrolled. So utamlipia piano lessons, umelipa mwalimu amekuja aseme hii piano sidai. So you'll try different things until upate moja yenye ameiva. Eventually utapata kumbe yeye ni mtu wa saxophone, na sasa hiyo umelipa trumpet, umelipia all manner swimming nini. Another thing is when they grow older they'll try different courses. Me, I have friends mwenye amefanya sijui, ameingia akafanya sijui BCom, aka flank out after one semester. Mzazi akamwambia sawa, acha nikupeleke South Africa wewe ujaribu piloting. Ameenda piloting, amejaribu imekataa. Anani, yani you see they have multiple chances to try different things. Me, I didn't have that option. Me yangu ni moja. And lastly is when they are adults and they decide, you know what, masomo imekataa, let me start a business. They have unlimited chances to try all manner of businesses, and they'll fail and they'll fail and they'll fail again, but eventually they'll find one in itashika. And that's why even when you talk about Nepo babies, I know there's a lot of stigma around them. Nepo babies still end up being successful because they have a lot of chances to fail.
But are we assuming that rich guys are not strict?
I'm not saying they're not strict, but it's like, you know,
some of the strictest parents I've come across are some of these guys when you're mafutani, and sometimes the consequence of not doing what you've been commanded is very deep. Unaweza kati wa funding you guys, because mtu anajua venye alifika penye yako.
Yeah.
Then sometimes you like you don't want your child to be the one who will inherit the wealth and fagia that wealth. So you're very hard on those kids. But I agree with you in regards to you saying that opportunity is there. Like that opportunity of you tried this. Like remember our buddy Ken Beda. Shout out to Ken Beda.
Shout out.
Our guy, he runs some hotel in Voi. Very dope guy. He tells us about the many chances he got from his folks. Like alitolewa shule moja, ameexpeliwa, amepelekwa sijui Eldoret. Akatolewa Eldoret.
I think alienda Gulab Locha.
What the heck is that?
It's an Indian, it's a polite school. Nilikuwa naendanga huko mazee kuiba ma fireworks. So they used to have Diwali, so they lipua the fireworks, but you know fireworks not all of them lipuka. So they are dads. So asubuhi tulikuwa tunaamkia kutafuta those they as lipuka.
So mnafanya nini hizo madad?
Sinaenda tuna fix, tunaeka hiyo ni tambi, and then we lipua in the ghetto usiku. We do our own Diwali.
You're right. So these guys, you're right in regard to if you have a good parent who will give you a second chance. There's not opportunity. But now if you have that one bullet and you waste it, maze, you're done.
You guy, let me tell you.
But I think they used to do a good job, because our folks would do a good job of explaining to us that they may not be that wealthy. So if you mess up hii chance yenye nakupea education, pole. Because sasa mimi nimefanya kenye ningeweza kufanya, lakini sasa itabidi sasa ufunzwe na ulimwengu. You guys, ulimwengu is a
cruel teacher. I think ulimwengu mazee ni mwalimu wenu huyo wanyama.
Mazee ulimwengu akupei break, you guys.
Wanyama anakupiga equal lefts and rights.
Check it, welcome to ulimwengu classes. Nyinyi ndio class wa leo. Haya, asante, kaeni pale. Cheki, nataka kuwafunza personally, okay? Haujakula lunch, good. That means the lessons are working really well.
Good.
So in terms of when I was growing up, the day I realized my life is a little different is I was hanging out with a friend of mine. Tulikuwa tumeenda club fulani huko Baricho Road. Tulikuwa naitanga Kitwangala. So mazee, we are there, mazee, tumekula sherehe. Ikafika 4, mse akaniambia, hey, by the way, can I come and lala at your digs? So nikamuliza, why bana? Akaniambia mazee, ana pali pa kulala. So I'm like, no, I'm going home.
Like nyumbani kwa madhe, isn't it?
No one had never been asked such a question. Like I was like, kwani hauna home? Si wende home, you guys kwako. Where is your home? Who is your mother? So I went home. I'm in my house. Paka I even told my mother, I'm like, hey mother, I was with a friend of mine. Na hana pahali pa kuenda mother. So some of these things that we feel are basic to us are very important to someone else, because you're thinking of how to give your child a head start. Maybe a head start for you is just for them to have a roof over their heads. Like you just want them to, wasilale inje like, so you're like, God, if you could just hook me up with some resources so that my toys eat at least a meal a day. And they sleep under a roof, maze, nime make it. So sometimes we sometimes judge our parents very harshly. Maybe they didn't buy us a car after you graduated, but with the resources they had at the time and their goals, their personal goals, they did their best, and we came out all right. We're right. Look at us. We're here. Look at us.
Who would have thought?
Maze, we are hosting.
Let me tell you, I'm really grateful that my dad alinipea hiyo risasi moja, because na hiyo risasi moja ndo imeniweka hapa. Like the alternative nisingekuwa na hiyo risasi. So I think hiyo risasi moja was my dad's way of putting me ahead.
I feel like sometimes we put our parents on a very high, like we have very high standards for what they should have done for us. But if you go back and audit their life and their experiences to where they got you through school, like sometimes I think about how my dad struggled, because those guys were like 22 kids. And all of us, maze, he made sure maze umeenda all the way to Campo. Like he made it his mission, like, hey, kila mtu kwa hii familia yangu ataenda shule na asome. With the little resources he had, those guys gave us mad head starts in life. Shout out to them, man.
Shout out to them, man. The real MVPs, man. Considering my dad, actually, my dad I think aliacha shule class 7 or class 8. Kuna time shule like ilikuwa inaenda hadi sijui class 9 and sijui what. Yeah, those times. So for him, man, he didn't go to school like that at high school.
Was a G, yeah?
A G, you guy. He came from Moiben, went there, and he was, by the time he died, you guy, you couldn't walk in Eldoret town without being told about Mzee Yusuf.
You guys, shout out to Mzee.
So if I can be a quarter of the man he was, you guys, I think I can. They were making things happen.
Isaac alitoka huko place inaitwa Chesamis, but you guy, by the time I was being born, alikuwa pale Spring Valley.
Come on.
You guy living it up, you guy. Check everybody that is living it up. Check your neighbor. What's up, neighbor? You guys, look, this is something that I think I should mention before we close up this show today, because we're not time inaenda. Not all head starts cost money. And this is what I'm trying to thump today.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just need a loving home.
Yeah.
All right. We need a home where, wazazi are at least trying to get along. We are not, at each other's throats trying to massacre each other. Because we hear as kids, I'm speaking as a kid, my inner kid is narrating a story. I remember hearing my dad arguing with my mom once loudly. I'm like, yo, what's up with these guys? So you're a kid, but you hear.
Yeah.
A kid is just a grown person trapped in a toy's body.
Yeah.
So you hear, and then the memory of those makelele stays with you for life. All right. So if there's a way you can try and get along and have your toy grow up and testify and say, hey, by the way, me, I grew up in a loving home. My mom and my dad, yes, they used to kosana, but there's a way they used to handle things.
Yeah.
You guys, that will put your toy ahead, because you won't walk around with that trauma. There are some guys who are traumatized. Yeah. So just tell you them, Isaac used to shout at us, and I grew up starting to shout at other kids. So if we can create a loving home, if we can be a parent who listens, like your toy comes, because sometimes we work so hard to go up a radio station. Shout out to Njeri, our co-worker over here.
Yeah.
She works so hard. You always see her, then you always hear her mentioning her toy. Oh, my son, oh my God, my son, I have to go home to my son.
Well, today she was video calling him.
Yeah,
I heard the sound of that kid. You guy, I was like, hey, even me, I want one.
Take care, missing a mom. I really remembered my mother. Take you Nathan, you adopt Jerry Coco, cause sina mama. So if you could gift your toy the gift of a loving home, being a parent who's there, you listen. Sometimes you tell the boys, hey, maze iza. Leo mi naenda home kuchill na mtoi wangu. You guys, that's a gift. You guys, let me tell you, when I was growing up, there used to be a place called Fox Drive-In.
Yeah.
That place was up Bellevue. Yeah, there was a branch over there.
Yeah.
So we'd go over there, we sit in the car with my dad, and then kuna movie kwa big screen, alafu kuna speaker unaweka kando ya gari. You got your memory haijai nitoka you guys.
Okay, let me tell you, there's once that my dad took us to I think it was Baringo. We went to like a family trip, and I think that was like the first and the last time we ever did anything like as a family kabisa. And up to now, I remember that was the first time in my life I carried a ostrich egg.
Oh, for real?
Because it took us to some conservancy, there were these artifacts like that entire trip. You guys, our car got sijui a flat tire. We were fixing it up. While fixing it, some kids came to sell us this fire, this fire kulingana. Like I was a kid, but I like that is ingrained. They are vivid.
And like white people are better in some white people are better in doing such things than us guys. There is a friend of mine anaitwa Imogen. Shout out to her. We should bring her out. So Imogen was telling us the way she drove with her folks all the way to South Africa, you guys. Check it. So what we did is we got into my dad's Land Rover, and then we went down to South Africa, through Tanzania, down through Zimbabwe, through Mozambique, and down to the Cape Town. So they'd camp hapo nje. But I'm not saying you drive your toys Cape Town.
No.
All right, we're just saying spend time with them. I remember the first there was a time my dad bought an audiobook of Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
So we used to sit down maze. So there was a tape playing, and then now sisi tuko na hizo vitabu. So nimekaa kando yake maze, tunaisoma, tunaisikiza the same time. You guy. Shout out to Prof Chris manze. So that gives you a head start in terms of you'll have some there's something that does to you.
Yeah.
You have a level of self-confidence. There's a way you walk around knowing you belong to someone.
Yeah.
And, it just gives you some confidence as you're walking through life.
Yeah.
You don't have to fight your way like, you're just confident life. I'm going to face it, but I have a backup, whether the backup is alive or not. But it's ingrained in you that there's a level of confidence you have to walk through. There's a level of confidence you can walk through life with just because of those interactions with your folks.
Yeah.
So it's not all a money inheritance thing. I think there's more to it.
I think there's more, and I feel like supporting your kids' dreams, like the way you're talking about your friend, like he was younger, like that dream was co-owned between him and the mom, because the mom was there, like the swimming thing.
Oh yes.
But now you grow up and you decide, I don't want to do swimming. So we have a friend of mine who's a comedian, and of all the people in this comedy industry, I think he's the only person whose parents have come to every other show. Like I've seen his dad more.
Are you talking about David?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like David's parents are always at the comedy show, and comedy is not a conventional. It's not like swimming or sijui being a doctor. Yeah. I get like being at your child's graduation, but you being at his comedy show.
Yeah.
And there's a day they even came with the entire family. Even the show was there. She was laughing.
I remember. I think we are big on education, and it is good. But we have to now bring in these other things.
Yeah.
We have to make time for those recitals or poetry.
Yeah.
Your toys first graduation, toka standard 1 and end standard 2.
Yeah.
Mazee, we have to make time for those things. And to be honest, as a dude, sometimes those things are boring. You guys gotta just hang with your pals and just chill. But yes, these things are boring, but we have to go there. You guys, it has a lifetime impact. I think just to, because naona masazi na yoyoma, there are other things you could do.
Yeah.
You could to give your child a head start, instead of just living and of selling spare parts.
Yeah.
So he used to sell spare parts pale Baricho Road. I don't know if he still has his shop around there.
Yeah.
So every month kuna dem fulani wa insurance alikuwa anakujanga check kuchukua check. Because you see, it's informal.
Yeah.
Like you're not employed. There's no one who's gonna submit that check for you. But this guy every month, I think it was 7 Gs at the time.
Yeah.
Alikuwa anakama anachukua hiyo check ya 7 Gs, kabuda ananiambia hii ni ya school fees ya watoto huko Bere. Check, unajua I was trying to, so I'm just going to collect the part of the check for this year. You got to accent yangu, you get change, you guy. You can't collect your trust, you guy, with a local accent.
Yeah.
Check it this year, my granddad, I'm going to take $4,000, which I want to use to explore Africa. You guys, we need to develop that culture, you guys.
Yeah, and I think the other thing you can do is if you have the ability. I remember when I was a kid, I used to wonder where everywhere I'd go with my dad, he made it a point to introduce me to his friends. And by extension, I felt like he was trying to create that, like introduce me to his circle. Like I feel like network is also something that you can give your toy.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot of people I know right now, you'll hear that actually by the way I'm working for my friend's dad or my dad's friend. No. My dad's friend, yeah. I'm working for Sijui Nani. Like you see the circle that you have right now, the network that you have right now. You're very close with a very important person in corporate or a very important person in a particular industry.
Yeah, true. You're right. There's a guy called Mr. Majimbo. His daughter is a very famous lady.
Yeah.
So this guy, the daughter is in the States, I think. Yeah. But now he also has a son. So the son is his dere. So anazunguka na you guy.
Yeah.
So you see, that is some sort of mentorship.
Yeah.
Because when we are sitting with this Majimbo guy, very important guy, the son also sits with us over there.
Exactly.
And he's hearing our stories.
And he's learning.
I'm talking to him. In fact, I'm thinking of inviting him to
come through
one of the shows. He has a deep voice. Check, I'm just driving Mzee around. So you see, that's exactly what you're saying. So it introduces the child to these networks. Yeah. So it's not hard for them to pay.
And then they understand the language.
Yes.
There are certain rooms that your kid can't enter kama he's never been there before.
Yeah. But also, it takes us back to what you have to teach your child, even as you're teaching them access.
Yeah.
And Umto Majimbo is doing well in that area. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Please.
No, sir. Please.
Mzee.
Hapana usinipatie pesa. Niko na do, niko sawa.
Nimekula lunch.